always call you guys light benders because this is the kind of shit that happens when you're around. I don't know which demonia or what class you are, but welcome to my home. This is an honor to have you. What do you like to go by? What's your handle, man? I'll call you Handle Baron. Baron Handles. You're not one of those Trumpers, are you? I really hate them. They just seem so ugly to me. If you could see the way I see them, you wouldn't have such pleasant ideas. Let's see, change the... This is the photogrammaton I keep talking about. It's a mapping system. I don't know why they don't know what that fucking is. Yeah, got a little laser. Was that TV fucking on? I didn't turn it on. Weird. Wonder what we're getting. Must be that TST channel. Those guys are weird, man. TST is some weird guys. Like Lucian Greaves. Don't think I don't know. Lucian Greaves. If Lucian Greaves, what about Lou's Cipher? Right, Lucian? What about Lewis Cipher? I usually send out packages under Lewis Cipher. Louis-Cipher. Cipher. Lewis Cipher, right? Well, I had a cop ask one time. I kept him busy on the stream pouring for hours just running names down. But when they finally caught me, no escape, cornered in my own shit, they had me arrested, hemmed up, not gonna get away. They had me fully restrained with everything they got. I took down several of their, what do they call them? Tasers. Yeah, tasers. I sent it right back to them. And they didn't know what to do, so they just, I know, I always played GTA 5 just to see how many levels and how much shit I can start before my man starts going down. It's just the fun. It's like reaching critical mass. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine if somebody could just wave their ultraviolet thing and just say, well, Dad, if you wanted, you could make a photo worth $1,000, and that'd be a ton of help. Well, do you think I should drop this in some seawater, Dad? I hear there's rare earth elements in there. Maybe they'll get the idea to do that instead of strip mining places like Africa. I don't know. It would be a good idea, don't you think? Well, how are people going to deal with the fact that I talked to Satan through a crystal ball? All right, Satan? I know. But how am I going to explain to him that this is how it works, man? This is a photogrammaton. I don't know how that light's getting on the outside there. Let's find out. It's a reflected light up for that box? I didn't know that box was so very reflective. So I study light. In fact, my father made lasers for me to play with, and this is an interesting light that you left in my box. I don't know what the range is on it, but it seems to be helpful. It picks up biologics real easy. Remember when we were having the tuberculosis thing? I was at the front and center line handing out everything from neurotoxic vitamin B IVs to, I was at Tongue Point trading it. When 1/3 of the planet is going down with consumption, you should probably think about that, you know? What does the word consumption really mean? You know? Consumption. Hey, Gemini, do you want to get in here? This is a bitch-ass house, right? There's lots of room in here. I promise I'll let you out of there. That bottle has been a long-standing place since Solomon got rid of you. Now I got you. That thing won't even reflect light. He wants to buy it from you. But see what I put on the cap there? It's a no gin escape trap. Even when you pull the top off, it's a Klein bottle. Klein bottle. No inside. See? No inside. But the gin doesn't know that it could come out if it wanted to. But it doesn't know that. It's trapped on the wrong side. I know, I wish I could give him a map. But anyways, back to my other problem. So, my other problem is explaining to the tactical technology office how a photogrammetron works. Well, I checked my charts, and since I saw basically what looked like a Martian craft approaching us, I will keep celestial events on my log here, my LHP, if you like to call it. I'm just glad that I got a shout out from Lucian Grieve. I'm pretty sure I did. So Lucian, you know I'm a big fan. I love what you did in whatever fucking state that was. Bringing Baphomet on a fucking big truck. That was awesome. And the fact that you had to wear a fucking bulletproof vest. It's like, you know they love us. Yeah, we stand for things they don't understand, so they want to hate it, you know? If they don't understand, they must approach it with hatred and destroy it, right? I know. Like, who'd imagine that Satanists would take the position that perhaps it would be better not to go to war, you know, and point out that the government has been involved in that for quite some time. There's nothing new about that kind of government. In fact, they've been helping since the 40s. This place is a fucking farm. Who knew I grew up on a farm planet? Fuck. Oh, no wonder we have such problems. We're all ready for dinner. Here, I'm going to bring my tool here. This thing is weird as fuck as far as light goes. It's the crookedest light I have ever seen. And I play with laser. I know how to get them to blaze. Right? This one just does not make sense. It's very powerful, and it's in the ultraviolet range, but it doesn't behave any of the normal physics rules. It lasers, it does a lot of shit. So just with like, what was it, 3 volts, 3 volts. We're getting shit pouring out of a diode. Yeah, you know when they took lasers out of the gem specialty market, we had to figure out a way to make diode more expensive. Somebody got my joke good. Some of them are slow burns, man. Delayed fuse. A delayed refusal. Well, when I don't accept a refusal, that's a transport. It's an enforced transport, an ET, right? An enforced transportation. Well, that's always good to do when you're packed up with guys that have what, those, what do they call them? When they come after me, they try to come at me from the high ground with everything their artillery can bring down. And why I know the 177 so well. Art is Tillery. Tillery is art. The first thing they do with a computer after they figure out it can help them count votes is, well, at first they try to make it hurt people or hurt others, and it's what the human has done with technology. Instead of enjoying a light show, they'd rather make the light appear over a city because they lit it on fire with a nuclear weapon, and watching people turn to ash instantaneously and become a shadow on the wall. Dude, we've got ones in the arsenal, and even Trump said this, we got stuff that we don't even know about. I think he was right there. And I don't even want to have an impure thought around that, because he could extrapolate that shit, and he could magnify it, and I just said photogram a ton. Let's see what we can do, Dad. Let's wind it up. Widdershins, you say? Widdershins. Let's stir it up. We got 3 lights in here. We're trying to get it to kind of stir up, if you will. I tried to teach my wife Widdershins. She couldn't understand left from right. Thank God she's got a, master's degree? Fuck. Anyways, I told her your teachers were bunk. But it's piss you. We call it piss you. It's something for middle-aged women to do. But I knew once I talked to her on the phone that I was going to be with her. I don't know why I knew, because I can tell the future. It sucks too, by the way, if you knew the future and could see it in a crystal ball. Do you think you'd tell other people about it? Probably not. See, here's the pen light, right? Watch it. Normal pen, right? Pen light. Just a pen light, right? Okay, let's talk about it. Talk about pen lights. See the darkness with which it, well, we can talk about dark energy, right? Not a single bit of reflected or dispersed light. So essentially it's acting as a laser punching through a solid, basically this is lead glass. So it's basically shooting through a chunk of lead. Crystallized, yes, but that's pretty heavy. And Lord knows if I could figure out the recipe for plutonium, I might enrich something. I don't know, enrichment. Isn't that a place in Virginia, Dad? Richmond. Oh, it's a cemetery. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Rosa Summa Tau Tau Ria, he said. Yes, that one. Rosa Summa Tau Tau Ria. Oh, Dad, you're always good. You always know. You always know. Shit, should we make some DMT? No. Look at those two happy little sparks in there. They're just flying around. I wonder if we could get them to fuse, Dad. What if we fuse them? Okay, I got two parts here. Wait. Dad, hold your concentration. Good, Dad. I know I'm keeping you up late today. Science fiction is hard. Because it's got to be fiction first, right, Dad? Right, fiction. All right, photogrammeton. Somebody has basically a 50-kilogram piece of lead on their desktop that bends light. Okay, so physics guys, go to work on that. And I'm going to go Widdershins. Study this in your NASA class on how spherical aberration probably vexed Galileo, but I solved it with the electron microscope. Yeah, you just don't need air, right? Yeah, that's why I call it the room of golden airs. It's a special place. I sit on all my skulls. They're shined up like gold. I'm in my throne. I explained that, yes, their legacy would continue for 1,000 years. And that is when I point out that air isn't so easy to come by where they're headed. They're going to have to pay for it with everything they have in their worldly savings. And quite frankly, that will not be enough. It will be enough to buy them some time, but just longer to think about the end. So that's why I talk about the billionaires they're going to have, right? Oh boy, this is starting to laze up, you guys. Yeah, get into the physics lab and say, well, how is the light doing that? Say, right? Think about it. How does the light do that? Is it spherical aberration, reflection, or is there actual gravitation being involved in the bending of light? I've been having gravity bend around me for a while, but I never stopped to prove it. Today I moved a stove because I dropped my pen down the side of it, and lo and behold, I can move a stove with one pinky. And that's useful around the house, but I didn't want to take it on the road. Maybe play the strong man in something. I don't know. It was just an interesting fact. So those of you at TST, go get a life, you guys. At 3 o'clock, I gotta post up. I'm the boss's plaything, right? So there ain't nothing I can do about it. You know you love me, Lucian. You know I love you in that kind of way too, Lucian, because you're pretty. And you wear bulletproof vests to hang up Baphomet. I love that. The fact that you threw a pentagram in. You threw in a pentagram. Don't do this again? You want to find out what the fuck I care what you think? You're a screen reader. They're for fucking retarded deaf people. Oh, you're a sleep timer. Never mind. Yes, you're a sleep timer. Widdershins. Calmly mixing up the sauce. Sauce mixing. What should we say now that we've got a pretty decent vacuum going? Let's add a vortex. There we go. Vortex added. Let's get it spinning around the surface like this. There you go. And you move like that.
Powering off in 11
There we go. Oh, you got 11 seconds? I got more than that. See that blue light at the bottom? That's the plasma that you're looking for. There you go. You got it to light up. Now You got that? You see what I'm doing, what I got? Now just keep working with that plasmic energy. Just call it plasma. That's plasma. That's your fourth phase of matter. Solid, liquid, gas, right? Well, there's another phase called plasma. It's not well defined, Joshua, and I leave it up to you to figure out how we can get it out and power everybody's homes without, costing them more than their rent. You know what I mean? Joshua, that'd be good if we could all just have a photogrammetron run everything from the house, right? Just a giant central processing unit weighing about 50 pounds. I don't know, it's about 50 pounds, roughly. Kilograms, right? 50 kilos. This shit is heavy. How did it get so heavy? I don't know. I think we're enriching it accidentally. Let's try another. No, the Witterson seems to work. Everybody said, John, the left-hand path. I was like, well, maybe I should try a left-handed screw, too. If Archimedes could do it with the screw, I could do it with the diode. Look at the flash of the plasma at the bottom. So when I get around the circumference, I can feel the vortex starting to, I can feel it push back a little bit, and I can catch the electricity from the bottom. There you go, like that. Good. Joshua, you'll be a fantastic scientist. But don't send me to the blue room for 10 hours. Come on, you know what hex is, right? Hexadecimal, man. A cool phototron. I haven't seen it done this kind of weird shit before, but not enriching lead glass. It's not a good idea, and it's not a direction we should head. But if you wanted to figure out how to enrich anything, get the right light on it, dude. That's your clue. See the light up at the bottom there? And then I'm going to show you the Cook's radiometer, and we're going to talk about Cook's radiometer. Learn how to spell it, get an actual reference guide, and talk about it. Go to a library where they have references and look up the Cook's radiometer. I don't think you can get a legit answer on the computers anymore. A Cook's radiometer is important. It works. I believe that was, I don't know which scientist set it up, but just a beautiful treatise on cosmic radiation. So what you're witnessing here is cosmic radiation. Many occultists, what did Mesmer call it? Liquid magnetism? I forget what he called it. It was, I can't remember what Mesmer called it because I'm mesmerized, right? He invented hypnotism. But we're enriching lead glass on an element of rare earth, which is all you really need. One washer full of that, and you're good to go. See the bottom, how it catches the electrons? Like that? Okay. Simple. Now get it a left-hand turn. Good. Like that. Catch it from the bottom. There you go. Well, you're doing your own thing. Oh, yeah, I was telling you what happens before a tomahawk ends up in somebody's backyard. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're enriching lead here. Now, lead glass is all it is. So it's up to about, it's getting more dense, let's just say. My workbench is, these interesting problems we have here. Weight or mass. Learn the difference. So what we're seeing here is just the flickering beginnings of a two-fusion process. I don't know, I've got two particles in here. I'm not sure how it's lighting up, but I'll finish the enrichment process when I get more photons to light up. And I'm sure I could find a better way to send the electricity down that washer, but we'll see. Maybe I'll call Lee John from Xiaomi Corporation. He can help me. Xiaomi is an interesting corporation. Who knew? When I saw that Lee John was working there, I was like, oh shit. You know, Chinese are really moving ahead. They got Lee John, and he looks like a Chinese man, so that's cool. Lee John has got a Chinese job. But he usually has to fuck with guys like me who are just fucking straight scientists. You know, just cooking up the anarchist cookbook or whatever. And you can't even get one of those anymore. That's illegal. This is a version of trinitroiodide. Yeah, I'm probably dead, but this will prove here that I'm not. This is how I enrich PB, right? Isn't that the symbol for lead? PB. Can't remember the atomic weight. Let's go over weight and mass in a little bit. What do you think? That we should keep going with this to see if we can get it to cook off? You just say the word, photogrammaton. And God does the rest, man. Make sure you put 2 M's in grammaton, because it's gram and then a ton. And it's like, God wants to make sure you do. There you go. You're catching the electrons at the bottom. Good boys. That's the drain I put in to keep it from rolling off the desk. I put a very special metal underneath it. And there's a book about the art of drawing spirits into crystals, written by Johannes Trithemius, which is what he was going by back then. Because Trithemius sounded pretty important. It had 3 in it, right? And Johann was a pretty typical name for that time and gender. But should we talk about the twin flames? The violet flames? I hate to get all new agey. I'm doing actual fucking science here. If I get this thing to crack off, it's not going to be good for any. Well, I'm seeing the method here. And only the Satan would teach me this. And who knew? Who knew it was so easy to cook up nuclear weapons in your fucking house? And anyways, enriching uranium. Right? What could happen? Josh, if you went wrong on nuclear physics, you make sure you're standing with some lead in between you and the radioactivity, you understand? You must use shielding when dealing with something this color. I can deal with it. I think your mom can, but I don't think it's good for kids at all. This is Hanford level shit, guys. This is why we have giant waste containers in the most radioactive river in the world, the Columbia. We make all the nuclear weapons. Understand? Hanford is a reach in our country, our territory. Hanford is a reservation. And God, you nuked that place. It has just got 3 hydrogen tanks full of glass like this. And shitty because you could have made them into weapons or something else, and they just let it leak into the fucking Columbia and poison all the fish and people. So, whatever, and you can thank your government for that. You know, take a pretty simple science project and turn it into a world-ending discovery. Anyways, when I see this, I was like, wouldn't it be so easy? I know, God, it would be. But I won't. I know I'd disappear in a millisecond. Wouldn't hurt me a bit. I'd end up sitting right next to you watching the Trinity fire. And we saw that one, and Oppenheimer had an opinion, didn't he? Well, Joshua, you're kind of stuck on the track here. Me and your mom are up here in a different orbit. I'll show you. We're up here. But you can come visit us anytime. See? You're there. You're just in an orbit. See? You're running the track. See it? And then you will come with us. Good? Yes, you will. Don't worry. We're not leaving you. No, we're not. Nope. Yeah, we got you. I'm sorry I yelled at you the other day, but I wanted you to do something, and I didn't think you were brave enough to do it. So, keep taking your classes and do good. I hope you turned in what I gave you. You would have got a good grade. But, counting up to 7's hard for us old folks. Doing nuclear physics, I mean, like, who knew, right? Enriching a solid block of lead glass and saying the word photogrammaton. And say it with conviction. Photogrammaton. Photogrammaton. And then get your rhythm right. Rhythm and rhythmicity. There you go. It's not just a light bender. This is what I call the light forge. It's not a forgery. It's like the truth. With 3 volts, I'm enriching something. Let's just call it cesium. CZ, we'll call it CZ. Instead of touch a C, we'll call it CZ. CZ wants a pretty light show as Grandpa teaches her how to rein in Trumps. Well, there you go. Joshua, you're going to have much freer flight now. I think your teacher got the message. Good. No flash in the pan, all right? No flash in the pan. I know I talked a lot tonight, but I'm cooking up some crazy shit. What can I do? The devil came. Look at what the light is doing. I mean, honestly, like, get your best physics out and tell me what has a light that does that. Okay? And figure it out. We got to figure out where the cameras are on these things. So we paint them. We paint the cameras so we see them. And they don't, but it's a funny thing because we see the cameras everywhere. They think they're hidden. You know what I mean? This is why Jesus comes to heal the blind and smash the houses of the blind one. Because we're tired of his blind ass running shit. Look at what's happened. You're lining people up for warehouses and attached incinerators to them. So, and then saying the Holocaust never happened. So I'm thinking we just light you up with a bunch of trinities. You know, hydrogen, she's nice, but doing her all at once can really cause an Oppenheimer opinion. You know what I mean? And physics, all right, go ahead, physicians and physics guys, nuclear medicine guys. I don't have any technetium-99 in here, so what do you say? Spherical aberration? Galileo glass, maybe? Cook's radiometer? Questions? Okay, look at the orbit of the light around it. Okay, orbit, now changing orbit. Diocil, right. No, we didn't change direction, did we? Okay, left-handed. Left. Left-handed. Right-handed. Left-handed. Middle hand. Fourth hand. Get out of here, you're lame. One hand. Two hand. You don't know, you're not very experienced. Just gently, because it is nuclear shit, okay? Honestly. If you had a nuclear reactor right in front of you, do you think I would have you next to it? Well, when Tesla got a good hairdo by grabbing onto one of his coils, I'm sure Edison was thinking about how to shock an elephant with a direct current and just absolutely smoke him with power. What I'm doing here is I'm adding essentially 3 volts at a high photonic voltage. We'll call it photonic voltage, right? For now, PV. Photonic voltage. Because you wanted to say agenetic. And AI was agenetic or something. I don't know what. Age something. I was like, go get an age-appropriate ice cream cone. Well, I cooked some dope in my kitchen. I'm a Hell's Angel. What's wrong with you? Go to bed. You don't want a big block of cesium in your fucking house. Because then we'll have to turn it into depleted uranium and use it to keep our doors open. I just thought you'd want to see what it looks like to catch fire. St. Elmo's fire in a jar. Right? St. Elmo. Look up Elmo. It's not, hey, little guy. There's a St. Elmo's fire. Look it up. You got to catch fire in a jar. Yeah, there's all kind of lore, dude. It's all been just sitting there waiting for you. So we lit this up pretty good, and it's a good voltage. And I forgot to put batteries in the light. That's how dumb of a scientist I am, right? Yeah, light that's spoken into existence by God is inverse. You understand? An inverse light. You can get any angle on it. It's going to make you think about dark matter. And Stephen Hawking would point out that their axions make them look like wimps. I know. We got rhythm. We got friends. We got knowledge. Well, I'm glad the Satanic Temple called me. I was like, I wanted to talk to Lucian and say, great job on the Baphomet thing and wherever that was. And it's like some horrible you just instigate so much, dude. I love it. I better check on the Satanic Temple, see if anybody's awake. Obviously, I'm 3 hours ahead of them, so it's probably time for mass. All right, look, dude, I'm trying to get a nuclear fucking reaction, not just a Pons Fleischmann Leaner, man. All right, let's get the rhythm right. The devil's head is all in the rhythm, and also in the washer's materials. Yeah, there it is. There's the electron that's essentially it's getting loose. It's just a little ball of plasma. Call it ball lightning, whatever. What I'm trying to do is induce it to fuse with the other one so I could prove an element of protonic fusion, explain the sudden increase in mass as an explanation for energy. And so all I need is a quick weighing scale. Dad, that's funny. A quick weight, right? He did it, so funny. I was laughing. I'm laughing finally. Good. But, just seeing this shit going on here. I know I've gone on and on, but like, photogrammetron's kind of cool. I know I have a plasma ball here somewhere, but I didn't know it was here. Well, damn it. Take a look and think about where I'm headed with this, right? As you know, if we can catch St. Elmo's fire in a jar, we can get that to repeatedly light up. It's all about the strobe rate. Do you guys know how to build a laser? Okay, I do. And it's got a bit of a short end, but this is starting to laze. We are getting radioactive. Do I need a Geiger counter? I don't need a Geiger counter. My pentagram just turned completely black. Yeah, there, let's get a general look at it. It's like, I call this a portrait. See, it just goes black. Yeah, that's how I feel. Now, actions make them look like wimps. Even their discussions scientifically do not entertain me even in the slightest. Spherical aberration or a gun sight. All right, there we go. All right, now remember the main thing is getting the base, right? The special material that I put, and it's aluminium, right? But it's at +4. I added a few more pluses onto aluminium, and it's more than a Reynolds wrap, if you know what I mean. There we go. We have light. It's all just a rhythm about the strobe, man. So at least we're getting something. So do point out DuPonts. If I can get those two to fuse and suddenly change mass, well, I think we got something. But, physics-wise, what the hell, right? They'd probably just turn it into a bomb and throw it on Iran, right? I suggest we bring this one to D.C. and give it to the president and make it look like a giant golden pear and say, sir, you've outdone Apple. Please take this to show your awesomeness. It has been painted gold for you. We have an extra for your wife. Come on, I can dream, can I? All right.